Hey guys, it's Jason from Fox Street Creations. Today what we're going to do is we're going to take this plain old cutting board and turn it into this beautiful anniversary cutting board that you can get on my website if you want one. Link will be down in the description below. And just keep up, stay tuned, and I'll show you how I do it. Hey guys, what we're going to do today is we're going to engrave one of these cutting boards. It's made out of bamboo. I ordered them on Amazon. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to engrave my anniversary engraving on here, and we'll get that started. All right, so just be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell. That way you can keep up with my videos as they come and go. All right, let's get started. All right, guys, so we're here at the laser. What I do is I like to line things up with my grid over here and over here. Now, you may recognize the grid. I got the grid from Sam Craft. Great guy. I watch all his videos and how-tos as far as like laser stuff. I like to watch Sam Craft and the Clack Shack are my two favorites. And so what I do now is I just get my laser set up. So we get that drop down, clamp it down, and we kind of get it lined out the best we can. And right up here. And now I'm going to go to the computer and I'll kind of describe why I set it up the way I did. All right, guys, here we are in Lightburn. Now, what I'm doing is this image right here. I'm going to engrave that into the cutting board. It's mine and my wife's anniversary. The power that I'm going to be doing this with is 150 millimeters per second at 100% power. That usually gives me a pretty nice, dark, deep engrave into the bamboo cutting board. Looks really nice. And like I said, the way that I line that cutting board should, whenever I go to frame, it should follow this path and show the outside of the cutting board right here. So then I know that this will fit on my cutting board the way I want it to. So let's go ahead and frame and see if it does what I want it to do. All right, so that frame looked really good. So we're going to go ahead and get everything ready. All right, so we're back in Lightburn. Since that frame looked the way I wanted it to, I'm going to go ahead and take the output off. That way, whenever I actually go to engrave this, that square won't show up in the engrave. All right, so I guess we're about ready to get started. So let's turn everything on and let's go. All right, guys, so I got the air purifier turned on. I've got the air assist turned on, and we are ready to hit start and get this thing going. All right, so here we go, guys. All right, guys, this is where we're at right now. But don't worry, there's still more to do to get this thing cleaned up real good. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to do some sanding. Then we're going to do some oiling. And then we're going to do some waxing. And it's going to look real pretty whenever we get done, all right? So just hold on. We're going to go outside now and do some sanding, get it cleaned up. And then we'll put some mineral oil on it, get it real shiny and pretty. All right, guys, it got a little chilly, so got my jacket on. We're going to go ahead and sand this thing down, make it look a little bit nicer, make it a little prettier. So here we go. Got the orbital sander. All right, and that's about it for the sanding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some sandpaper and just kind of clean this up a little bit in there. And then I'll wipe it down. Well, I'll show you. All right, guys, we're back inside, and it is time. I'm going to go ahead and sand this in here. Now, if you're wondering what kind of sandpaper I use 220 grit on everything. The orbital sander and the hand sandpaper that I'm using, I just use 220 grit, and that usually gets everything nice and smooth without too much trouble. And so what I do is I just kind of sand these by hand in here so they're not so rough. Then you just kind of run your finger in there. You can tell how much more you got left. It usually doesn't take very long to get this little piece here sanded and felt where it feels nice. And then after I get done sanding, what I'll get is I'll get some isopropyl alcohol, put it on a paper towel, well, these blue shop towels right here, and I'll wipe the cutting board down. I found that that's the best way to get a lot of the dust out of there, and it cleans up and gets everything out of there real nice. It don't smell real good though, but it does clean it up real nice. I'll show you here in just a second. Once we get everything wiped down and get everything looking pretty. All right. Now it's looking a little better, right? All right. So now my final steps, I'm going to put some mineral oil on this and let it sit overnight. Let it all get nice soaked in. And I've got some wood butter that I put on there, and it's a mixture of beeswax and mineral oil too. And once that gets all done, it looks real nice. I mean, it looks real nice. So hold on real tight, and I'll get that all done. All right, guys, here we are. Here's our cutting board, and I'm just going to dab some food grade mineral oil on there. That's you can order that on Amazon. It's not very expensive, and it will last forever. And so you just get a little bit, and the way I do it, I just dab a little bit on there, and then wipe it on with a paper towel. And you can already see it just shining right up and looking real pretty. So I do that side, and I do this other side same way. Just put a little dab on there, wipe that on. A good healthy coat never hurts. This is one of those, there's never too much, because you want it to really get in there, get soaked into the wood, and make it pretty. Just want to be sure to get it in everything, go all the way around here. And then you want to use these here to keep it off the wood, and you can definitely get your nasty fingerprints off of there. And then I lay it down, and then just carefully wipe it clean up here. And now it is good to go. You just let it sit, and we will come back to it tomorrow to get it all finished up. All right? All right, sounds good. Hey guys, all right, so it's the next day. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to use some of this wood butter. I ordered this from Amazon. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that on the cutting board, and that will shine it up that much more. So I just put some on my blue towel here and just wipe it on. I usually just go with the grain and get it on there. And don't be afraid to put a fairly decent, large amount on there. It's not going to be that big of a deal. And it's just going to seep in there. And I like to put that on both sides as well. And you can let that sit for another day if you want to. I usually let it sit for a couple hours and then wipe it off, and it'll be done. And that's all there is to it about these cutting boards. All right, guys, that's it. There's my anniversary cutting board right there. It's also going to be on my website in case you want one. The link will be down in the description below. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, do everything you can to keep this channel going. And I'll see you next week. Thank you.